Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to dive into one of the most mysterious and iconic Space Marine chapters in all of Warhammer 40,000. This week, I'm going to be taking a look at the Dark Angels. Whether you're brand new to Warhammer 40k or you're just curious about who these hooded warriors are, this video will hopefully break it down in a simple, story-driven way. Let's get started. The Dark Angels are one of the original Space Marine legions created by the Emperor of Mankind, also known very commonly and lovingly in this setting as the Big E. They're one of the most elite and ancient forces in the entirety of the Warhammer 40k universe. They're known for their dark green armor, their monk-like robes, and a grim, secretive attitude. In a lot of ways, you can think of them as the equivalent of Space Knights Templar. Every Space Marine Legion was led by a genetically engineered superhuman called a Primarch. For the Dark Angels, their Primarch is Lionel Johnson, a brilliant and stoic warrior raised on a deadly forest world called Caliban. His name, his aesthetic, and even his demeanour are inspired by medieval knights and Arthurian legends. Here's where things get dramatic. During a galaxy-spanning civil war known as the Horus Heresy, which took place between the Legions of Chaos and the loyalist legions of the Adeptus Astartes, part of the Dark Angel Legion, led by one of their own commanders, a guy named Luther, turned traitor. This internal conflict tore the Dark Angels apart. Their planet Caliban was ultimately destroyed as a result, and many of their former brothers vanished into the warp, becoming what are now known as the Fallen. To this day, the Dark Angels hide this betrayal from everyone, even other Space Marines. They call themselves the Unforgiven, and they secretly hunt the Fallen across the galaxy. Capturing or eliminating these former brothers is their top priority, often even above fighting the enemies of humanity itself. They are dedicated to this cause, and they do not break or waver from it. When it comes to the structure of the Dark Angels, they are split into specialized groups. The first of these is the Inner Circle. These are the few individuals within the entire chapter who know the truth about the Fallen, their origins, how they came to become Fallen, and the members who may make up this group of Fallen soldiers, including the true identity of Cypher and the knowledge around Luther. The next of these specialized units is the Deathwing. This is the elite first company of the Dark Angel Space Marine chapter. It's made up entirely of veterans and broken into distinct units: Terminator squads, specialists, and Deathwing Knights. All of these are elite units, and all of these are outfitted with bone white Terminator armor. This is such a luxury that very few chapters can actually match. The Dark Angels are still Codex compliant, but behind closed doors they've got their own traditions, their own ranks, and of course their own secrets. Most other Space Marines see the Dark Angels chapter as a dutiful but very secretive group of warriors. They often fight alone, they avoid sharing information, and can act, let's just say, uncooperatively. But no one can deny their effectiveness in battle, nor their loyalty to the Imperium, even if their motives aren't always clear. The Dark Angel symbol is a winged sword, often broken in half, which is a subtle reference to their past where they split between the Loyalists and the Fallen. Their armor is dark green, and it's inspired by knightly orders, with hooded robes layered over their armor. Their Deathwing and Ravenwing have their own distinct color schemes, making them stand out visually on the battlefield, and making them even more terrifying to any enemy who may encounter them. Most Warhammer 40k fans love the Dark Angels because of their mix of knightly honor and gothic mystery. They're not heroes in shining armor, they're warriors burdened by guilt, driven by duty, and haunted by a secret that could destroy their reputation if it were to be revealed. So that's a quick introduction to the Dark Angels, secretive knights in space with a dark past and an unending mission. If you'd like a video diving into the Fallen, the Deathwing, or even their Primarch, Lionel Johnson, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future lore videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, the lion wakes.